Hi, and welcome to Freedom Flower Farms. My name is Allison, and I'm going to do my first garden tour to show you around my microflower farm in Chester County, Pennsylvania, Zone 6B. Do you hear that donkey? That donkey is so loud. I don't think I ever want to own a donkey. There's other animals I'd like to own, but not a donkey. It's really windy here in Chester County, Pennsylvania. There's also a lot of cicadas, so it's hard to hear. So you'll have to bear with me. So I meant to own my zinnias so I could cut them. Their stems were longer. But I didn't read the package, and I planted a whole bunch of tiny ones. They're super pretty though, but not very good for cutting. I need to grow way more of these. They are just the coolest things. Look at these. They're called Craspedia. Florists call them billy buttons though. Gomphrena, straw flowers, my celosia, which I need to pinch back earlier next year. Oh, look at these guys. Ooh, it's a wicked looking wasp thing. Look at that. Oh, look at this one. All right, dahlia patch. This is a Jill mix. Came with this one, which I don't like, and the one back there, which is ugly. Lilac thyme hasn't bloomed yet. Lilac thyme. What's this one? Another Myrtle's Folly. I had a bunch of those. They're okay. I cut most of my dahlias last night because we were supposed to get a storm, but we didn't. So I'm missing a whole lot of flowers right now. They're inside, getting ready to be sold. Let's see. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that one is either. This one looks like Cafe au lait. Yep. Here's Cafe au lait. Is that not the most beautiful dahlia ever? It's funny because this one is green on the same plant. This one is purple. Purpley. I think I like both of them. More Cafe au lait, another Cafe au lait. These guys are so cute. Look at those. I think I'll do those again next year. Those are, oh goodness, Potache Pom Pom. Fancy name. I like tiny. Oh, these are cute. Look how cute. They're so tiny. Let's see. Sylvie was pretty. I'm going to do that one again. That has nice stems for cutting. I don't think I have any ones that have bloomed. This is close. But that was a really pretty color. Look how long the stems are. Same that one. It's definitely a keeper. These are really cute too. This one, Stoltz von Berlin. This one is from Longfield. That one was nice. These are pretty, but the Japanese beetles really like these. and I didn't get my bags in fast enough, so I lost one of those. And that one was, oh, that was Seattle. I think this one is Seattle too, but that one isn't getting a lot of sun. That one looks like, no, that's not Seattle back there. What's that one? Oh, that's Sweet Love. This one's just bloomed. Look at that. So pretty. These are the most beautiful. Also, bug damage. Lots of Japanese beetles. I feel like they like the white in it. I think these were the lilac. No, wait a minute. That says Jelly Winnie. I'm pretty sure I have mislabeled most of my dahlias this year, or I was sent completely wrong tubers. But I got this one labeled as a Jelly Winnie, and this, which is one of the world's ugliest dahlias when it opens. I want to burn it. Look how pretty. These are lilac time. I was waiting for these. These have great stems too. Not quite open yet. This is Kelvin Floodlight, and he is only a quarter open. The other one I had that I cut was like bigger than my hand. Huge. So I'm definitely going to have to go here and find the ones that have good stems for cutting and keep those. And the ones that don't, I'm just going to have to get boxed up and sent to somebody else. Maybe my sister will take them. I do need more cages too. Like here, and here, and here. These are the best cages. Get them at an Amish farm around me. They're like 14 bucks a piece, but they are so heavy. And we are so windy out here that you have to stake or cage any of this. Like this guy, he's going to be dead meat soon. He didn't stay in his cage. Back in your cage. Oh well, I don't like this one anyway, so I don't even care if you break. And there's Sweet Love. Oh no, it looks like it's been chomped already. I'm so sick of these Japanese beetles. I need to leave now. So pretty, so pretty. I could stand out here all day and just stare at these. Pretty sure my neighbors think I'm a nut. Especially because now I'm talking to my phone. Oh well. If they're not used to me now, I think they'll have be. Alright, so earlier this year I had strawberries planted in here and in here. These were the June bearing from 3 years. This was their 3rd year. And this was, oh no, I'm sorry. This was ever bearing 3rd year. This was June bearing. And we were fighting to see who was going to win. Well, obviously, the ever bearing lost. It was also a lot of pest pressure too. So voles were after it. And they didn't seem to care about the June bearing ones, but those were way better. Huge harvest. And so they won. And so I tore these out and I actually planted them in the back, like not even on our property, but we have a, it's like an overflow basin back there. And I just stuck them in the overflow basin and they're doing really well. So some animals will like it. Anyway, more succession sunflowers for later, some zinnias in there, and celosia coming up. You can see under here, under there. Oh, and you want to talk about pest pressure. See how this is all caged in? Oh, look. Yep, still tunneled its way. Under the cage, under the board. He came in. These guys are sneaky. Well, two puny little cantaloupes. Well, these are, I think, chanterelles. But I held off pulling them because everything has horrible cucumber mosaic virus. Look at all this. Ugh. This wet summer has been rotten. Oh, my cucumbers. We did get a lot of cucumbers though, so I'm not too sad. But I noticed these were growing, so I didn't want to yank the vines out yet. Just want to see how far we can go, because everything's basically covered in it, so it's not like I'm worried about it infecting other vines, because they all have it anyway, so. Me. Alright, my tomatoes this year have not been doing so well. We've gotten a lot of rain, and I stupidly didn't mulch fast enough when I planted them, so we have some early blight that pretty much decimated everything. My tomatoes that I planted on the south side have nothing, no blight, but the ones here on the west side, it's kind of shady too. They're not doing so well. So next year, I think I'm gonna have to move these guys, but we are getting some. Regular old standard determinate tomato. Best boy, big boy, one of those. It's an ox heart. Got some different ones too. We've got Jersey Devil back there. There's a couple of red ones in there. I did a few heirlooms, a few F1s. So both got blight. So just because you're an F1 doesn't mean that you're going to escape the blight, especially around here in this wet weather. So next year we'll try again. That's the best thing about gardening, is you can always try it again next year and find your mistakes and make them better. These guys are super cool. These are Jersey Devils. They're paste tomatoes, but they're super neat looking. These are other paste tomatoes. My tomatoes are really just hurting this year. Really bad. With ox heart. I mean, look at this. They are just sad. And we have some cherry tomatoes. We've got the blueberry cherry tomatoes, also with early blight. And these guys, also with early blight. Pretty much everything has early blight, thanks to spores somewhere in here splashing up on my tomatoes, and it originated this one. I didn't mulch early enough, and it rained, and it splashed the spores up onto the plant and infected this one, and then this one, and then it went all the way down the line and somehow crossed over. So they all look absolutely awful. Look at this. Luckily, the blight doesn't affect the fruit. It's already been set, so happily we'll get some tomatoes, but it is going to kill the plant, and it's not going to produce as much as I had hoped. So sad news this year, but always next year. You live and you learn. So now I know next year to mulch as soon as I plant it, because I'm going to pay for it if I don't. These are Aunt Ruby's German green, which is why they're still green, but I think this one's actually pretty ripe. These are supposed to be really, really good. Never had these before. Those are just regular old big boy, I think. And there's my favorite over here. Let's go see him. Also, definitely do not put this in your compost. This needs to go into the burn pile. Right in there. Here are my favorite glowingly beautiful. Any of the yellow tomatoes are my favorite. I can't decide whether this one is Kellogg's Breakfast or Dr. Weishi. Which the only reason I ever grew Dr. Weishi was because of Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm. Shout out to her because she's awesome. So she's the reason I really started all this stuff. So thanks, Jess. Yep, poor, sad, blighted 2021 tomatoes. A bean patch. I had to put some DE on this because last year I had those awful bean beetles that look like spiky caterpillars eat almost all my beans before I even knew it. So preemptively struck with DE. Looks terrible, but it's not terrible. It's organic, I swear. And then I hid some sunflowers in here because, as we know, critters love my sunflowers. But this one, they can't get. It's so huge. Look at this thing. That's not even our biggest sunflower. But I didn't plant this one either. This one just showed up. I'm always impressed by the size of their stalks. Look at this. The one up front is even bigger. It's the size of my forearm. It's humongous. It's just too nice out here. Seriously, it's beautiful. It's like just 80 degrees. Sunny. Pretty. A really, really ugly patch. Yeah, those are really ugly. Planted lavender there because apparently lavender likes dry areas that are neglected. So I thought this is the perfect spot for it. Dry and neglected. Like most of my stuff. Alright. Isn't she beautiful? Ooh, and smells so good. It's called All Dressed Up. It's not David Austin, I'll actually know who it is. Weeks Rose. That's what it's called, Weeks. Cucamelons, lemon cucumber with mosaic already. And a basil. This has lights on it. And a little tiny trough. Well, I need to clean its filter. I'm kind of sad. And another figgy tree, which I did get from Star Forest. Oh, look. This one's starting to turn brown. The first year it's had this many figs on it, though. It has a ton of figs. And I do love figs, so I'm really hoping that we get some edible ones, not just teeny tiny ones. I don't want to put fish in here, but I feel like I'm a neglectful fish mother. Hey, look! Another flower. Water lily flower. So pretty. I feel really awkward about carrying this camera around because my neighbors are out setting up for what looks like a party. And yeah, so their kooky neighbor is now out talking to her camera again and looking at flowers. So I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad for them.